Is the United States dollar under threat?
A new world order is emerging.
Downfall of the dollar remains work in progress. The US dollar is facing a backlash.
This week, Russia is increasingly turning to China's yuan as its foreign currency of choice. And Moscow supports the use of the yuan in trade with other countries.
Brics nations plan to ditch US dollars, the rise of a new global currency. The Brics nations are reportedly working on developing a new form of currency, which is expected to be discussed at the next Brics Leaders Summit, according to a top Russian official. The transition to settlements in national currencies is the first step. The next one is to provide the circulation of digital or any other form of a fundamentally new currency in the nearest future. The deputy chairman of the Russian State Duma was quoted as saying, "New currency for Brics countries." The Brics countries are reportedly working on creating a new form of currency with a plan to present its development at the Brics Leaders Summit in August. State Duma Deputy Chairman Alexander Babakov said Thursday on the sidelines of the India-Russia Business Forum in New Delhi. This forum marks the commencement of international events at the St. Petersburg International Economic Forum 2023. The top Russian official was quoted as saying, "The transition to settlements in national currencies is the first step. The next one is to provide the circulation of digital or any other form of a fundamentally new currency in the nearest future." I think that at the Brics Leaders Summit, the readiness to realize this project will be announced. Such works are underway. The Brics nations are Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. Several other countries have expressed interest in joining the economic bloc, including Argentina, Iran, Indonesia, Turkey, Saudi Arabia, and Egypt. South Africa will host the next Brics Summit in August. Settlements in national currencies have commenced among the Brics nations. Recently, Russian President Vladimir Putin and Chinese President Xi Jinping agreed to adopt the Chinese yuan as a settlement currency with emerging economies. The Chinese government has also signed a bilateral deal with Brazil to facilitate trades using their national currencies. Babakov left open the possibility of a unified currency arising within Brics, potentially backed by gold as well as other commodities such as rare earth elements or land. At the India-Russia Business Forum on Thursday, Babakov emphasized that India and Russia should institute a new economic association with a new shared currency, but noted that China could play a crucial role in developing a common currency for the three nations. He was quoted by India TV as saying, "New Delhi, Beijing, and Moscow are the nations that now institute a multipolar world that is endorsed by the majority of governments. Its composition should be based on inducting new monetary ties established on a strategy that does not defend the US dollar or euro, but rather forms a new currency competent of benefiting our shared objectives." The Russian official also expressed satisfaction with his country's economic situation while criticizing US President Joe Biden and the European Union. What do you think about the Brics nations developing a common currency? Let us know in the comments section below. China leads Brics to become the world's largest economy. What it means for global power dynamics and the future of trade. Brics, a set of countries grouped as an alternative to the G7, is now the world's largest gross domestic product (GDP) bloc, taking purchasing power parity into account, according to reports from Acorn Macro Consulting, powered by China's growth. The group now contributes 31.5% to the global GDP, while the G7 provides 30.7%. Brics countries take on the global economy. Brics, a group of countries comprising Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, has emerged as the world's largest GDP bloc, leaving the G7 economies behind. According to data provided by Acorn Macro Consulting, a UK-based macroeconomic research firm, the Brics bloc now contributes 31.5% to the global GDP, surpassing the G7, which currently accounts for just 30.7%. A chart provided by Richard Dias, a consultant at Acorn, shows the constant growth of Brics as compared to the G7. Canada, France, Germany, Italy, Japan, the United Kingdom, the United States, and the European Union, and also predicts that the gap will only grow bigger in the coming years. The big push for the Brics bloc comes from the growth of the Chinese economy, which surpassed the US GDP, measured taking purchasing power parity (PPP). into account in 2014. According to International Monetary Fund (IMF) estimations, China has a GDP PPP of $30 trillion, ranking first in the world, while the US trails in second place with $25 trillion. Further growth expected by the Brics nations. The gap between these groups and Brics' economic influence could keep growing in the short term as more countries are interested in joining the ranks of the alternative group. In February, Anil Suklal, South Africa's ambassador to Brics, stated that this year would be crucial for the expansion of the bloc, as the members were already defining the recommendations and criteria for the acceptance of new members. Significant economies have already applied to be members of the group, with Saudi Arabia, Egypt, and Bangladesh having acquired equity in the new development bank Brics funding organization. Other countries like Iran, Algeria, Argentina, and Turkey are also interested in joining the bloc. While it is still only a project, in July 2022, Brics countries proposed the idea of issuing their own currency in order to undermine the dominance of the US dollar when it comes to international settlements. More recently, President Xi of China and President Putin of Russia have decided to push the Chinese yuan as a settlement currency between Russia and emerging economies in Latin America, Asia, and Africa. What do you think about Brics' rise as the largest GDP bloc in the world? Tell us in the comments section below. Thanks for watching our video. We hope you find it helpful and informative. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to our channel for more content like this. And don't forget to hit the notification bell to be notified when we upload new videos. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.